pregnancy is supposed to be a time of joy. But instead, here I'm sitting in a courthouse bathroom stall crying because this man right here, the love of my life, is cheating on me through a dating app while I am carrying his baby. Act 1, Our Life Together. Hi, I'm here. Welcome to my channel where we share stories that need to be heard, and today I will share mine. We were married for 3 years. We were trying to have a baby for 2 of those 3 years. And then finally I got pregnant, and it was like all of the stress and heartache of the past 2 years melted away because suddenly we were gonna not be parents. He was so excited. Every night before bed, he would kiss my belly and talk to our unborn child. We chose a name. We painted the nursery. We bought everything on our registry. My due date was rapidly approaching, and all I could think about was how perfect my life was going to be when our little family of 3 was complete. Then, at about 8 months pregnant, things took a turn. One evening, I was lying in bed watching TV, and my husband started to get ready for bed. He went to the bathroom to take a shower, and while he was in there, his phone buzzed. I looked over at him. He was laying on the bed facing away from me, playing with his phone. I didn't want to invade his privacy, so I turned back to the TV. A few seconds passed, and his phone buzzed again. This time I peeked over at him. Still laying on the bed, still playing with his phone, completely ignoring the fact that it was buzzing. In the past, he would answer his phone immediately when it rang, but now he just kept on playing with his phone. It was strange, and then something inside me just snapped. I don't know if it was the pregnancy hormones or what, but suddenly I wanted to see what was on his phone. So I got out of bed, walked over to him, stopped, hesitated for a moment, and then I reached over and grabbed his phone. He jolted up, staring at me in shock. "What are you doing?" he asked. In a panic, I quickly unlocked his phone and shoved it in his chest. "Why aren't you answering your phone?" he asked, reaching to grab it. I pulled away, backing up a few steps. "Why did you ignore me when I asked you to help register for classes today?" he asked. I shook my head, refusing to meet his gaze. "Why haven't you been spending any time with me lately?" I asked, my voice shaking. He frowned. "What do you mean?" Then I knew he was pretending. He was acting as if nothing had happened, as if he hadn't been ignoring me, as if he wasn't hiding something. I was about to confront him further when he got off the bed and said, "Let's talk about this in the morning." But I knew if I let this go, then I would never bring it up. So I said, "No, we're talking about this right now." And that's when he lost it. He started yelling at me. "Are you crazy? What is wrong with you?" I started crying. I couldn't believe he was yelling at me. "You're the one who hasn't been around for months," he said. "I haven't been able to touch you since you found out you were pregnant. All you do is complain about your swollen ankles and swollen belly, and now you're yelling at me. Do you realize how much work I have to do? I'm working all of the time. I'm not able to take any breaks. It takes you a few minutes to rub my feet. You can't even give me a massage anymore because you say I might hurt the baby. How am I supposed to unwind after a long day when I'm not allowed to relax?" I cried. "Oh, please. You just want an abortion." He stormed out of the room. So there I was, 8 months pregnant, crying my eyes out, wondering if I should really consider getting an abortion. I never wanted an abortion. But when he said it like that, when he made it seem like it was all about me and that I was being selfish, I started doubting myself. Who was I kidding? I was miserable. I was fat, uncomfortable, and now I was alone. Maybe he was right. Maybe an abortion was the best choice. The next morning, after he left for work, I got online and researched abortion clinics. That's when I saw the text message on his phone. It was from the same girl he was hanging out with last night. She had sent him a photo of her feet. I stared at my husband's phone, feeling my blood boil. The girl in the photo wasn't wearing shoes. Her feet were bare. Bare feet that looked exactly like the feet that had been rubbing against my husband's body last night. Rage filled me. I grabbed my husband's phone and dialed the number. It was a dating app. And on his profile it said, "No strings, just fun, no drama." I clicked into the chat and I scrolled down, hoping to find a name, anything to identify this woman. But there was nothing. Except for the photo she had sent him. I clicked on the photo and it was of her bare feet. I shook my head, disgusted by what I was seeing. Then I noticed something else. Underneath the photo of her bare feet was the location where she had taken the photo. It said, "Prenatal class." I packed my bags the next day. When my husband came home that night, I was waiting for him. I stood in the doorway with his phone in my hand. He froze when he saw me. He opened his mouth like he wanted to speak, but no words came out. I didn't say a word. I just held out his phone. He stared at it, then he reached out and grabbed it. His face was pale, his hands were shaking. "What did you do?" he asked. His voice was shaky. I didn't respond. Instead, I asked him one question. "Why?" He looked up at me, his eyes wide with fear. "Why what?" I repeated. "Why are you doing this to me?" He said. I knew what he was referring to, but I didn't respond. I kept my eyes locked onto his, waiting for an answer. Finally, he dropped his gaze, defeated. "I'm sorry," he whispered. "I'm so sorry." Then he looked back up at me, his eyes pleading for forgiveness. "I can explain," he started, but I cut him off. "Don't bother," I said. "I don't want to hear it." He began to pace, running a hand through his hair. "I didn't mean for things to get physical," he said. "I swear I was just looking for attention." "That's it," I said, tears welling up in my eyes. Just looking for attention. I felt betrayed. I felt lied to. And most of all, I felt heartbroken. How could he do this to me? How could he cheat on me when I was carrying his child? He looked down at his feet. "I'm sorry," he said again. "I know I messed up. I know I hurt you. But I need you to understand that I still love you. I'm still in love with you. And I want us to work through this." "You want to work through this?" I repeated. "You want to work through this?" I screamed. "How can you even ask me that when you're cheating on me through a dating app? How can you even ask me that when you've been ignoring me for months?" He winced. He looked down at his feet. "I didn't mean for things to get physical," he said. "I swear I was just looking for attention." "Attention," I whispered. Suddenly, rage filled me and I lunged for him. I scratched at his face, bit his shoulder. He yelped, staggering back. Blood trickled down his arm. "Get out," I yelled. "Get out of my house." He hesitated for a moment, his eyes searching mine. "Please," he whispered. "I'm sorry, I'll change, I promise. Just give me another chance, for the baby's sake." "Get out," I repeated, my voice shaking with anger. "I never want to see you again." He backed away slowly, his eyes downcast. Finally, he turned and walked away. The next day, he called me and asked if he could come over so he could apologize in person. I told him no. He asked if he could at least come see the baby. I told him no. He kept calling, but I kept telling him no. After the 5th call, I blocked his number. I didn't want him to have access to me anymore. 3 days later, I filed for divorce. Epilogue. My baby was born 4 months early. My son spent the first 4 months of his life in the NICU. I didn't allow my ex-husband to visit once, not when I was in labor, not when my son was born, not once. My baby boy is almost 2 years old now. He doesn't know his father. He has no idea that the man who abandoned him even exists. My life has been hard, but it's been beautiful too. I know that my son deserves a home built on truth, not lies. He deserves a father who will be honest with him, who will tell him the truth about who he is, where he came from, and why he was abandoned. Until that day comes, I will continue to do my best to be the best mother I can be. Because no matter how rough things get, I will never give up on my son. Before you go, if you've ever experienced betrayal in your relationship, please share your story in the comments section below. Your story could save someone else. Also, please subscribe to the channel and hit the like button if you enjoyed this video. See you next week.